Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Gonna wait, I'm like a minute early, so I'll wait a minute or two for people to get on. Just trying to find my feed here. There we go. It is bitter cold here. I don't even know what the temperature is, but it's really windy. Let me share to the groups. Today is day 29. Can you believe it? I'm super excited. And tomorrow's going to be kind of a twofer. Well, today is a twofer too. So this is part 1. And we'll do another video tonight. Probably around 6 o'clock. 5:30, 6 o'clock. Hey, girlfriend. And tomorrow, Sharon was originally going to do a cookie cutter garland, but we are going to do gnomes instead. It was something we wanted. It was one of the original projects we had wanted to do, but then we found all this other cool stuff and decided to put him off. But she sent me a message saying, let's do gnomes tomorrow. So I'm like, yeah, let's do them. Today's a twofer, so today's the first part. We're going to make some shadow boxes. I got a couple little examples here. Oops, see if I can get my phone tilted down without dropping it. There we go. And later, I have to make a trip to Walmart, and it says they're in stock. So I'm going to go pick up a couple of grapevines to make a wreath. And so we'll do that tonight. So Sammy did this really elaborate, beautiful green monster wreath yesterday. If you guys haven't seen that video, you need to go check it out. And then, hey Sammy, drive careful, will ya? So we're going to make a simpler one. Grapevines are pretty cheap at Walmart. They cost under $5 for an 18-inch one. So we're going to make something pretty simple with that. We could probably make one for, well, with ribbon and picks, maybe under $20. We'll try. We'll see what I can come up with. But anyways, we're gonna make these little shadow boxes. So one says Jingle all the way, and the other one says Baby, it's cold outside. Sorry, the ring light kind of gives it a glare. And the shadow boxes come from the Dollar Tree, so they're $1. And all the rest of this stuff I had at home. I had ribbon, have hot glue. I have a Cricut, so I did the vinyl, but you could paint, you could even use a Christmas card and put it on the back piece, on this back piece inside, and glue that in there, or just a couple little pictures. It doesn't have to be a saying. It could be whatever you choose. I see I got some bubbles in my vinyl, but that's okay. Some jingle bells, and then these little tiny dots in there. They are from the Dollar Tree, so they come in red and gold. I didn't see any other colors when I bought these, so I figured we'd use that. And this is just some iridescent, like, glitter snow. But I'll show you how to take them apart. I've got my ribbon already cut so that this doesn't take very long, because later we'll be on for quite a while. So this one's already, they come like this, with sayings on them. You can find them in by the picture frames. So we're gonna scrape that off. Sammy, you might want to mute your sound when we do that part. We're gonna scrape the paint off because we don't need it. It's on the inside of the glass. But they have this little thing on the back. We're gonna take that off. I hope if you guys are just coming on that you share and like the video, like our page too. We're at 130 likes and like 146 followers. Alright, so this is just cardboard, and I'm gonna leave this. I'm not gonna cover it with anything, but you could cover it with anything you want. You cover it with fabric, cardstock, tissue paper, napkins, whatever, just Mod Podge it on there. And they have an insert. We're gonna keep this, and we're just gonna pop the glass out. So I've got a razor blade. And we're just gonna, I can see this one's got kind of paint all over it. Like I said, they cost $1 at the dollar store, and for this little tiny box, $1, I can't even make it for $1, so the paint scrapes off pretty easily. So you guys, I can't believe it's day 29. It went by so fast. So stinking fast. But we've got one more day, but we still have projects that we're gonna do. So I mean, stay tuned. Don't just forget about us. This and the bow probably takes the most time getting this off. That other one, the lighter color one, it had a skinnier saying on it, so it came off relatively quick. But yeah, kids and I are taking a trip to Walmart today. We're gonna see what kind of cool picks we can find. I'm going more for like winter theme, not so much Christmassy. I have these blue and silver picks. You guys might have seen them in the background of the videos. They've been sitting on my workbench for a while. We actually got them for, got them for the wreaths that Sam made for the front of my shop. Hey, BFF. And they've just been sitting there. It's like, what do we do with them? What are we going to put them in? Because we didn't use them on the wreaths. So I know that Sharon is making me some candy cane decor. Well, maybe we should do that on the live. And we're going to use some for that, but I'll have plenty extra still. Thank you. You really want to do the glasses? Awesome, Jatora. We can do those. You should come over and we should do them. I mean, you can get wine glasses. You can get those little, I might even have some left. Those little figurines. Alright, we're going to clean this with some, we got little paint shivers all over. Clean this with a little bit of alcohol. So just regular alcohol you probably have in your medicine cabinet or underneath your bathroom sink. But yeah, tonight I'm going to do a grapevine wreath. They are actually, Sam and I learned how to do them in the, I mean, she probably already knew, but I didn't. We did one in the class we took last week, and I was amazed at how actually simple it was, and surprised I've never thought to do one before. I mean, I'm in my 40s, and I've always kind of decorated my house with stuff, but craftiness and whatnot. With this stubborn little piece here, it doesn't want to come off. That's alright, I'm just going to leave it. Yes, Jatora, let's plan it. Me, you, and Sharon, we'll get those suckers done. Alright, so we're going to put our glass back in. Now, when we took it apart, the two prongs up here were on top, and there's one on the bottom. So I'm just going to put my glass back in. And now this one is the Jingle All the Way. So I have it in buffalo plaid vinyl, because I just love it. We're going to put our frame back in. Make sure our little dot up here, our screw hole, is at the top, because that's for our hanger. But I'll show you that you can use them as shelf sitters too. So for this one, I've got these little beads. I actually had put a bunch in there, and I was like, God, that's just way too many. It doesn't look right. And you know, you couldn't hear the bells, and I was like, no, we're going to take some out. So this was what I took out of the other one. And we can check it. So I have 5 bigger bells. And I think I have like 9 or something of the smaller ones. But you can use whatever you want. You could do 1 or 2, you don't have to use a bunch. I just figured I would use a bunch. And I don't really use the gold bells for much because I am a silver kind of person. So I'm always using silver bells. So we're going to pop this back on and make sure your cardboard is underneath these little tabs. And then we're going to check. Do we like it? Do we want a little more? Make sure your bells move. So like this one is stuck. It's not moving. I'm just going to lift up on the back of this cardboard a little bit and move it. And there he goes. Now he's unstuck. So I think that's pretty good. We're going to get our vinyl. You could use window clings with this too. You know, like the kind of, you can buy like a pack or whatever. It's got like 8 or 10 window clings on it you would normally put on your windows. You could absolutely put a window cling on here instead of vinyl if you didn't have a cutter or didn't know anybody who could make a sticker. I actually made one, I think it was last year, and Jatora cut me a couple stickers for them. Get my now this I measured wrong when I cut it. Is like it fits the entire frame. I should have made it probably a 1/4 inch smaller, just so there was a little bit of space around the top and bottom, but I didn't. So I'm just going to cut my transfer tape really close to my letters without cutting my letters. And we're just going to kind of center it on here. It's not very straight, but that's okay. It's supposed to look a little whimsical. And because it's warm in here, if your glass is cold, your vinyl might not want to stick. But I've left the heater on in here, so it's pretty warm. So my glass is warmed up. It's not quite so cold. I tried it this morning when I first came out here, and it was not sticking. I'm like, what in the world? And then I realized how cold the glass was. There is our sticker. Let's put that aside. Now the back, I'm gonna do this part now because I'll make the bow, and while it's kind of drying, I'll have time. But you don't want this coming apart. I'm gonna put just a really thin bead of hot glue here, especially on the Baby It's Cold Outside, because we're using confetti, and actually the confetti was like coming out of the bottom because it was so skinny. So just a really thin bead, enough to make it so that this doesn't come apart. And then mostly on the cardboard, not so much the plastic. I'm just going to set it aside and let it dry. We'll make our little messy bowl. I already cut my pieces. The hardest part for this is tying them together, for me anyway. And we're going to put a jingle bell on it. So actually, you can use string, but I'm going to use some floral wire. I've got a couple different buffalo checks here. I've got this cute, I know it's backwards for you guys, but it says Merry Christmas, joy, love, peace. Just a gold, and this is like a really sparkly white glitter. Some skinny white, and then some skinnier buffalo check. I posted this really cute messy bowl tutorial. Now I didn't make it, but another crafter did. But it was awesome and made out of napkins, and some were made out of fabric. Let's do that here. Here, we're just going to layer it. It doesn't really matter. You're not really going to be able to tell how layered it is. Something like that. And we're going to take our little twisty wire and put it in the center, and then we're just going to twist this tight at the back. I don't know if you can see, sorry, I'm kind of out of the view. Just fan them out, move them around however you want. They're not super tight in here, so they'll be loose. You'll be able to pull them through. Actually, let's see if I can squish that a little tighter. That's always been my problem. I just can't squish this stuff tighter. Grab a pliers. Alright, let's trim off. Oh, did I take it? No. Trim this off, and then I'm just going to bend this little piece down so that it's kind of even with the ribbon. Now I probably got it too tight. That's okay. We're going with it. Cute little messy bow. Alright, let's see with our glue. Our glue is pretty dry. Now, these don't always sit perfect, but like this one does. Well, it did, but not. There we go. I put 2 little dots of glue in the front to make sure that it stood up decent. And I'm going to do the same thing to this because I don't want it, I mean this one actually sits up pretty good, but some of them are pretty flimsy and I don't want it to tip over all the time. We're just going to put this right on top. Let me bend this down a little more. Big dollop of glue. There we go. Pretty simple, not so hard. And it jingles. Kids love to jingle it. Like I said, I'm going to put a little tiny dollop of glue here. And I'm just going to leave it sit up and let it dry. And let's do this one. And once that's dry, we'll put our hanger back on the back. Now you can leave them as a shelf sitter. You don't have to put these on. I put them back on because it helps hold this cardboard in place. So it doesn't, you know, for some reason fall out if somebody shakes it too hard. It's actually got some kind of reinforcement to keep it shut so your stuff isn't falling out of it. So if you guys are new, please say hi when you come in. We're on day 29. Woo woo. Alright, that one's pretty good. I scraped that off earlier to save some time for the video. I'll pop it back in. And for this, I actually have some of this styrofoam balls. You can absolutely use these, but remember that they do cling to each other, so sometimes they don't move as well. I'm just going to use the snow like I did in this one. And we don't need a ton. Just shake some in there. I mean, you can obviously put however much you want in there. And what's nice about this is that it does cling a little bit, so it makes your glass and the wood, this wood piece behind it, sparkle a bit. So let's, I know, right, Sharon? And it's super cheap. So most of you probably have ribbon at home. You probably have those jingle bells, especially if you're a crafter. You just need one of these, and that's $1. Some paint, or like I said, you could use a greeting card, a Christmas card that has that saying on it, or a saying that you like, or, you know, it doesn't have to be jingle all the way. It doesn't have to be baby it's cold. It can be whatever you want. It could be Merry Christmas. And if you do Merry Christmas, you could put some of the green garland stuff in there. This little stuff in the bottom, you know, and some of those snowflakes. Make it look like a little snowy scene almost. Alright. I'm going to put I shouldn't have to open it again, so I'm just going to put this back on. And I'm not really going to use this. I'll be using it as a shelf sitter, but you could absolutely put some rope on the back so that it hung a little bit. And then you can see some of my glitter is coming out the back here, and we'll glue that after I get my vinyl on. So this actually sits pretty good in here, but they kind of overlap, so I'm going to just cut this little spot out. Here's my cute snowman. So his scarf kind of goes in this little spot here. I'm just going to line him up. I'm going to leave him there. We'll do this. And I cut out some extra little snowflakes to kind of put them where there's blank space. Hi everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Jen from artsy.bits.n.pieces and wood.bits.n.pieces if you guys don't know me. We're on day 29. I'm super excited. It went by super fast. We grew a bunch. Can't wait to grow some more. We're going to keep going. We're not just stopping at 30 days. And we make all sorts of stuff. Dollar Tree crafts, woodworking crafts, ribbon crafts, wreaths. Later on we're going to make a grapevine. Now this vinyl, I'm having some issues with it. I had some earlier too, like it doesn't want to come off. Bear with me as I work this. Even burnishing it, it doesn't stick like it's supposed to. And my transfer tape isn't that sticky. I'm excited to make that grapevine later. Like I said, it was really easy. Really, you just need hot glue, picks, a grapevine, and ribbon if you want a bow. I probably shouldn't say that it's so easy, but it is fun. And picks are not always cheap. You can usually find some good cheap ones too on sale. Like right now, Black Friday is, well, it's over, but Cyber Monday's coming, and there's still sales going on all weekend. My little snowflake wants to peel right back up at me. There we go. Got a little bubble in my bee, but that's okay. Alright, let's put our snowman on. Then we'll add a couple extra snowflakes to our bow. That will pretty much be it. We'll glue the back. So is there any other projects you guys want to see us do? Or come and craft with us and do? If you're local, absolutely. And we can do the social distance. I've got a 6-foot bench in here actually. Can make that work. He's so stinking cute with his little buffalo check hat and scarf. Okay, done with the vinyl. Oh no, we're not. That's fine. I got a couple extra little snowflakes. I'm just gonna kind of fill in a couple little blank spaces. Do one here. We'll do one on the other side of our snowman. Put one at the bottom here. Might as well use them up because I don't think I'm going to use them for a different project. We got one more little bigger one. Put it here. Alright, 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 alright. Now it stands up. Isn't he so cute, Sharon? I had that vinyl and I was actually lucky to get some because they sold out pretty quick. And I grabbed 2 when I was at Joann's. Alright, we're going to glue his back. I don't want any of that snow coming out and making a mess all over the house. And we'll put 2 little dots up here. Don't have to be big dots. Just enough so that it stays sitting up, standing up. Okay. Let's make a messy bow. This one I actually put a strip of buffalo check around the ribbon to tie it in with the snowman, so we're going to do that again. I've got quite a few ribbons here, probably overboard, but that's okay. We got snowman, we got some snowflakes. You guys see what I'm doing? I probably should move up here. 2 different dark blues, a light blue, and a silver. So here, here. Doesn't matter. Put it any way you want. Now they're all sticking to me. I believe it needs to go first. Not that it really matters, but I'm kind of OCD like that. Sam makes fun of me. The more ribbons, the messier the bowl. True. True, true, true. Sam makes fun of me because I'm very, I'm missing a ribbon on the floor. Very OCD about straight lines and cleanliness and I really try not to like... Okay, I don't try too hard. Let's just put it that way. But I really do try not to, like, make myself seem snotty. I'm not a snotty person, but I just, I like organization and straight things. And messy bows are actually out of my comfort zone, but I do pretty well with them. They don't bug me, which is fantastic. Alright, so we're going to squeeze quite a bit. Kind of get everything in there. But I make fun of her delicate fingers, so we're even. my fingers have toughened up quite a bit woodworking and stuff, so, but her and Sharon are delicate when it comes to hot glue. So I'll take her razzing about the OCD as long as she can take mine about the glue fingers. She's probably looking for a place to pull over so she can say something. She's driving back home. Alright. I'll be done before you find that place, Sam. Unless you're at a stoplight. There's our messy bow. You can just, I mean, because they're wired in and it's pretty tight, you can kind of tug on them, make them any way you want. You can fluff them up and bend them around. These aren't wired, but you can make it poofier any way you choose. And I'm going to grab a strip, and I bet you I put it away. I did. But I didn't put it away far. My little buffalo check. Definitely even. So I'm going to tie it around the back. So I'm just going to do like a shoelace tie to make a little bow. And just tie it tight. Like Sam says, be the boss of the ribbon. Cuteness. Cuteness overload. Alright, hot glue is good. We're going to glue this. I'm going to glue it right up here in the corner. This little corner here. I can feel my wire poking out. So I don't want anybody to accidentally get that on their finger because that would hurt. Even though they shouldn't really be messing with the bow. Straighten up our stuff. And glue it on. I got way too many skinny ones on this side, so I'm guessing one got folded over. It's okay. There we go. Oh, I glued it upside down. You know, earlier I did it, I glued my bow upside down. You see, I'm not paying attention. I'm too busy razzing on Sam. Alright. Try again. Yeah, earlier when I made the example one, I glued the bow upside down. Well, we're all about mistakes. You can watch me mess up. It's okay. I don't mind. Maybe you'll pay attention when you're doing yours a little more. Alright. Fan my little ribbons out a bit. There we go. Now we're even. Yeah, it was an easy fix. It wasn't totally set, and it popped, you know, hot glue pops off. But I do got a little bit of glue on my thing, but that's okay. Just scrape it off, and it's gone. There we go. Two cutesy little shadow boxes from the Dollar Tree. Little spare ribbon. Some jingle bells. And that's it. So later, 6 o'clock-ish, maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock, we'll see. We're going to make a grapevine wreath. And that's if Walmart's app is correct and says they have some in stock. It says they do, so I'm going to go and get some. See if I got any other cutesy stuff. And then we'll make a grapevine wreath later. Something totally different from Sam. It is a lot simpler. So for those of you who don't want to give mesh a try and ribbon tails and all of that business, grapevines are a simple way to go to. I know, so stinking cute. I love them. They're great. And now I have 4 of them. But they're going to go on my website, so they'll be for sale. Alright guys, we will catch you at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'll announce like 10 minutes before I'm going to go live so that you guys kind of have a heads up. And then we'll do a grapevine later. Have an awesome afternoon.